Okay, so today you guys have your review for chapter 14. And remember, you're only doing learning objective and glossary review because in the 2019, that's the only thing that's in Katrina's book. So Katrina, their reviews are really big. So I didn't feel like it was fair to only give you the little bit and then they have to do that. So I've always condensed them. But Miss Ma'am, you're not going to be with us much longer.
I know.
It's gonna be
Man, this year seemed like it went so fast. This year
has gone by fast. Yes.
Last year went fast.
Yeah. And then y'all are going to begin your workbook. So how are you guys finding the integumentary system?
Very interesting. Boy, I love it. I love it because
I love it too. I love it because it can be gross.
Yes.
I love the acne and the pussy and the blackheads and the wounds and I love any of that gross stuff. So I'm going to go ahead. Have you guys done any labeling in your integumentary system yet?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give some pointers because there's a couple of things that you really need to remember. Benign and malignant. Very important. If it doesn't say malignant, then what do? We assume benign. If it doesn't specify malignant, we assume benign, because if we attach malignant onto that, that means we're giving them cancer, and that is very hard to remove from a medical record. So I just want to make sure that you understand if we have it, and we have some practice. So also, I want you to be able to think in a broader way. For example, skin grafting is not always going to say we're skin grafting. Sometimes it may say replacement of dermal coat or some wording like that. And I have some things we're going to do together this evening, and it's going to give you some of those different wordings, because sometimes it's not going to tell us exactly what we need to see. We have to be able to do that problem solving and read the scenario and think past what it's telling us. Now, a lot of times, I'm telling y'all, I get so quick to try to code, and I look up every word and it's not there. For example, one of the problems we're going to be doing today, I was looking up every word and I was so frustrated. I was like, why can't I? Because it was skin grafting and it didn't have skin grafting in the scenario. So we need to think about what are they really doing here? Also, the burn section in the integumentary system. I know that it seems like when you're reading the information, it can be intimidating, but really it's very cut and dry. It's going to give you percentage. And but when you're reading it in your step-by-step manual, you're like, whoa, the rule of nines, what are we talking about here? I want to encourage you to do two things. If you still feel like you need some more information in the integumentary system, I'm going to suggest two things this weekend. Go to YouTube, look up Queen of Guidelines, integumentary system. It's 29 minutes and it's worth every second. Also, medicalbillingandcoding.org. We've used that before. You can, and that's a website that actually helps people get ready for the CPC exam, which is a further up exam for certification. But I love the way that this lady is very calm when she speaks and she breaks things down. And sometimes it gives us a little bit way of looking at things. If you want me to, I'll make sure to put those links in under the video after I upload the video this evening. But again, YouTube, Queen of Guidelines. I may not assign you that, but that is, y'all, she is amazing. She really is.
Yes. I love it. I even went, sorry to interrupt, but I even went, because you had previously given it to us as assignments in the past. So this whole time I've been going back like through the EM section. I went and watched her videos, and the anesthesia, I went and watched the videos. just because the way she breaks it down, the guidelines, they seem a little more digestible. Because reading it in the book, the step-by-step, I get like, oh my gosh, this is too much.
Did you guys like the way that I did this lecture different? I didn't do it out of your step-by-step manual. I went straight to the CPT. Thank Queen of Guidelines for that, because I kind of take some of her notes and I kind of go with it. You know, the integumentary system, it's one of my favorites. Did I say that about every single one of them? I promise I'm not going to say that about every one of them. I'm not. But the integumentary system to me is just interesting. I mean, you know, but I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, all right, let's share my screen so we can code it together. Do y'all have your CPT manuals ready? Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys, you can see it?
I can see it.
Okay, good. Well, it's hard for me to tell because all I can see is the slide. I can't see y'all anymore, but I can hear you. Okay, so this is an office visit. The gender is female and the age is 39. I know that we may not always need this information, but I made sure I typed every one of these and I made sure to put information that we could need to use at some point. Okay, pre-procedural diagnosis, rough scaly lesion on the arms, face, and neck. The procedure was surgical curettement of 20 lesions, ranging in size from 2 to 6 millimeter. The pathology report says it's pre-malignant actinic keratoses, and the procedure diagnosis is pre-malignant actinic. Okay, so the only thing that we really are going to need in this scenario is a procedure. We're only looking for CPT codes, okay? So you guys can tell that I have highlighted something in white because that's what I thought I needed to look for in my index, right? Do you guys, so you go from there, and when you're ready for, to give me your code, then let me know you're ready. Oh, now I can see y'all. I found the button.
I'm not sure that I'm right, but I think I might have it. I don't know.
Okay, well.
20 lesions at 2.6 millimeters. Lesion diameter.
Well, if you go to curetment,
That's what I see.
And your index, it's in underneath it, it says skin lesions, and you have a choice. You have malignant and pre-malignant. So according to our medical record here, we need pre-malignant. So that gives us a choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 different codes. So that's what we're looking at. One of those codes.
I'm looking in the... What? 17273. I'm thinking.
Hang on just a minute. I'm trying to find
17273. No.
That's a malignant lesion, Miss Katrina. We're looking for pre-malignant.
Okay.
That's all
I got
right.
17004. I don't know if it's correct though.
Pre-malignant. Okay. 1700. 2.6.
Angela, you think you know yet? Okay, take your time. No, don't get frustrated.
17004.
Hang on. Let's let Angela see what she thinks. She's getting there. What you think, Ange?
So the only thing that is throwing me off is the size, and I'm not sure. Like I'd have to go back and look in the book to see if the size was.
Okay. Size doesn't matter here.
Okay, then I would say 17004.
Okay. Yes. It gave us the size, but in this particular, it's always going to give us a size, almost always in the integumentary system. But if we look at our choices like 17000, that's only the first lesion. And it's only going to be one CPT code. So we can't use 17003 because it's an add-on code because it has a plus sign. So that has to be always added to something. And then 17004 is 15 or more, and we had 20 lesions. So our answer is 17004. And I'm just going to show y'all. I did do my homework. See, I mapped mine out. I'm a mapper. I guess I'll do it forever. Okay, 17004. Okay, so here's our next one. So, inpatient hospital, gender is male, and the age is 26. The pre-procedure diagnosis is multiple second-degree burns, nearly covering both lower legs and feet. But this is the procedure. This is, we're going to have to think outside the box, and I'm going to kind of give you guys some guidance, okay? The procedure is we removed blisters, debrided the necrotic tissue, and applied dressing. The post-procedure diagnosis is leg burns, 21% TBSA, second-degree burn. Okay, you guys see what I've highlighted here. So this is obviously a burn, correct? So we know what we're looking for. Hang on just a minute. I need to get my spot. I need to be able to tell you something. Okay. I want you to look in code range 16000. I want you to just turn there for right now because I want us to look at those guidelines. Now, when you see what we did, we removed blisters, we debrided, and we applied dressing. That is initial treatments. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that that was really an initial treatment of a burn. I just want to read, you see burns and local treatment. Procedure 16000 through 16036 refer to the local treatment of burn surfaces only. And then it has another code range of 1620 through 1630, include the application of materials. Did we apply materials here?
Yes.
We applied a dressing, right? And it says for necessary related medical services, hospital visits, detention, and management of burn patients, see the appropriate evaluation and management. But that's not what we're talking about here. And the reason I wanted to go to the guidelines first is because when I read this scenario, it never dawned on me that the removal of blisters, the debridement of necrotic tissue, and applying dressing is all the initial treatment of. Now, if you were going to look this up in the back, have you guys found your code already underneath there?
I think so.
Okay, now I want to point out that this is 21%. So we're looking at our percentage here, and we have a choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 codes. Because this is 21%, it would be considered large area.
1630. 1630.
What do you think, Ange?
I have 16030.
That's absolutely right. And the reason is because of the percentage, correct? Okay, but I'm going to show you guys, because we didn't look it up from the back. I'm just going to show you, and you can go back and look. This is the way you would look it up in the index. You would go burns, dressing, and then it gives you those choices. But even if you went burns and debrided tissue, it would still give you this code. It just gives you a lot of codes. It gives you more to look at. But I just wanted to I wanted to show you guys that this is how you would do it. This is how I mapped it to do it from the back, in case you want to go back later and look it up from that way. But I wanted us to go guidelines first, just so you could get the understanding of, oh, well, maybe that is just the initial treatment of. When I think about burns, I always think of them in such a more fatal way, I guess. To me, burns are horrible because I can't stand them. But really, it can just be a quick fix. All right, so yeah, 16030. Okay, all right, here's our next one. Outpatient surgery. The gender is male, the age is 4. Procedural diagnosis, if we have a wound on the right thigh. What is our procedure? Applied acellular dermal replacement on the right thigh as a temporary repair. Defect was measured and consists of 1% of the patient's body area. Post-procedural diagnosis, wound to heal by secondary intention. RTO 1 week. RTO means return to office in 1 week. Okay, so you guys remember when we were talking about skin grafting, and we have to really be able to think of that in a larger way? Acellular dermal replacement, ADM, is soft tissue replacement, which is skin replacement. our substitute. So what we're going to be looking for here is skin grafting. So that's where we need to start in our index, is skin grafting. Okay, so we have two different ones. We have skin graft and flap. Then we also have skin substitute graft. So what did we just talk about? We're doing a skin replacement. That applied acellular dermal replacement is a substitute graft. So where is it? It is on our leg, correct? Do you guys see your code ranges? Y'all, this one took me a minute today. I was looking under skin grafting and flap, and that was not where I needed to go. So we're looking between 15271 through 15274. So if we're looking at that part of our CPT, 74 and 72 are add-on codes. So they're out of the running already. So it's either going to be 15271 or 15273.
73.
Why do you think it's 73?
When I see that 1%.
That's exactly right, Miss Katrina, that 1%. That's right. Right, absolutely. So did that throw you guys at all, or was it helpful when I said, okay, now that you know that there are two different portions for skin grafting.
I was in the flap part.
There's the flap and there's the substitute. So you have to choose between the two. It didn't dawn on me. I just saw skin graft and my mind just shut off. You can't do that. We have to remember there's more to it than just those first little words. Okay, so you guys are going to love me for these because they're much more cut and dry. They're not. Can y'all see that? Let me see. There we go. Okay, so this is an office visit. The gender is male. He is 16 and his diagnosis is acne. He's going to have a chemical exfoliation, which is peeling off layers of the skin. We're going to apply salicylic acid over the acne with a cotton tip swab. We're going to let it rest for a few seconds to disformate or peel off the acne, and then the treatment was successful. So tell me, what is our procedure?
It's going to be destruction, right?
It's going to be what?
Is it going to be under the destruction?
Actually, this one, you know, we get them so hard sometimes. It's actually under exfoliation. You know what? Here's the thing. I was like, there's no way it could be that easy because every single one we do is so complicated. But this is under exfoliation. And then we're going to go to chemical. So this is very, I promise there's no more tricky. I gave you all the tricky ones at first.
I'm done when everybody else is.
Y'all, my poor manual, it is so tattered.
17 is only one. 1760 is only one. 1760. There's only one code.
That's what I said. When I started pulling these, and guys, these are where I pulled them. I actually made little sheets and uploaded them, and they came out so blurry that I actually went back and typed them out so that we could really see them. Okay, the next one I find so interesting because I've never even thought about this. So it's an office visit. The gender is female and her age is 55. The procedure diagnosis is breast reconstruction following a left breast mastectomy. This is our procedure. Okay, Angela, we're your boys. I'm gonna just kind of whisper this. Mute me. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all read that. Tattooed on both total area of 15 square centimeters. Guess where you're gonna go to find this? Tattoo. I mean, really, you learn something new every day. And then you have the choice, cornea or skin.
The skin.
So yeah, it's the skin.
Effect of the skin, including microbial square feet. It has to be 11921.
All right.
Each additional 20. Yep, it had to be that. Because the
Yeah,
other ones are added.
because of that 15 square centimeters.
15 square. Yep.
And our last slide is actually
Hello, coders. Today we're going to be
time to watch that, but I was just reminding y'all that it was there. Y'all know I love her. So, Angela, did you get that last one, sweetheart? No? Take a look at 11921. Do you see now? You're good. You're good. I just dropped all my papers on the floor. So were those fun? They really, some of them really made us exercise our brains a little bit. I know me today, my brain was going womp with some of them. I was like, because we get stuck in this box of thinking. We get stuck in this box of thinking that a medical record is going to tell us exactly what we need to look up. We need to always remember, sometimes it does, Sometimes it does not. So we have to be able to critical think it and say, okay, well, this says this, but what else can it say? What else could that mean? So.
I really like that last one. That was awesome.
I know that I found that one. I thought, oh, I've got to do that one. Okay, so who got your packets from me in the mail?
I did.
I got mine.
Okay, so next week we're going to start doing some anatomy.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to be grading it. I'm going to be assigning some assignments, and I may ask you to give me the work, but I'm not going to like physically grade it, because this is just going to help you. I do want you to know that the answers, the definitions and the answers are in your Edmodo folder already. You just put, and it's going to tell you, it's going to say anatomy workbook answers. So if you can't find something that, for example, if you need a definition that you can't find, pop in there, double check it. This is really just to make your information a little more well-rounded. Katrina, you don't have long to put up with that. So have you already done anatomy with us? Have you already done some anatomy with us? Have you done this? See, I thought we had all done it, but you have done it. But you know, just freshen your memory up a little bit. Do you guys need anything? Have any questions?
I have a question on the workbook. One of the ICD-10 codes I was kind of struggling with.
What number?
Number 28. I got the diabetic one, but it was the foot ulcer one. In the scenario, it doesn't really say.
Okay,
Hang on, let me pull up my ICD-10 so I can read it directly. Let's see.
Okay, I've got about 2.5 minutes, so if I lose you, Rachel, I'll call you.
Okay, that's fine.
So you're looking for the foot ulcer one?
Right.
You're gonna go ulcer?
Ulcer, foot, but it's the last digit where I'm confused. The very last digit. I didn't know how to differentiate.
Okay. It's L97.053.
Yeah, but why? Sorry.
I don't even have my ICD-10. I'll have to look at it and get back with you.
That's fine. But
we have ICD-10 codes in here too, and so I forget to grab that every time.
It's okay. Let me see. It was just a simple differentiation between the two that was.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes we have to look at those answer keys because they may be off. So I'm gonna
well, it says like, okay, 5.3 and 5.5 was the two that I didn't know which one it was, either the 3 or the 5 at the end. But the difference is foot with necrosis of muscle or muscle involvement without evidence of necrosis, but it didn't say anything about necrosis. So I guess that's why it was without.
This one says it's with muscle necrosis, which is the 503.
Oh, okay. So it's 503.
Yeah, and it just wasn't real solid in the example, but they're wanting the one that's with muscle necrosis.
Okay, that's where I was confused. I was like, well, how do you know if it was with necrosis or not?
They should very clearly specify, but sometimes those examples lack a little bit of information. So, okay, guys, I'm not running out of time. Is that, Rachel, if you need anything else, you're good? Angela, you good? It was wonderful to see you guys. Always a wonderful, wonderful evening when I get to spend it with y'all. If you need anything, let me know.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all. Good night.
Y'all have a good